Hi, Brian.
All right. And feeling gravity work through your body, aligning your bones so you're not pulled down by gravity. You can just relax, let the muscles completely relax, and let your skeletal alignment completely take care of your weight and gravity. Centralize our breathing. Breathing in, the belly expands. Breathing out, the abdomen sinks back in towards the spine. Consciously relating to the out breath as a releasing breath. Okay, let the arms hang with gravity, sending the arms forward with your intention, letting the elbow points drag the arms down. Each time, let those shoulder joints release and open by the arms being pulled forward, and then let the elbows take the arms down.
We have 2 seconds at the end. I have 2 questions that I was curious about on Sundays.
Oh, yeah, sure. Okay. You can even let the breathing, the expanding of the belly as you breathe in, as the motivating factor to send the arms out, and the retracing abdomen, drawing the elbows back down. So taking it out of the shoulders. And a little wider, toes out, knees out, still hanging from the strings, so those knees are nicely bent, shifting the weight, turning the hips. We're still just vertically dangling. Nothing in the shoulders. The arms basically have this nice open shape. It's just that I'm shifting the weight and turning the hips. Makes it look like I'm moving the arms. But I'm barely moving the arms at all. Just shifting the weight and turning the hips a little bit. And since we're in this position, we can do a little bit of the dawn use, touchy squats, starting very shallow. Just gently working those knees, see how they feel. And after a few, we can maybe go a little deeper, releasing the abdomen. Once we get a little deeper, it's good to breathe out as you rise, breathe in as you sink. Normally, generally speaking, you want to breathe out on the most difficult part of the move.
So you're breathing out as you go down?
So I'm breathing in as I go down.
Okay.
Breathing out as I push the legs into the ground.
Okay. But didn't you say, but the harder part's going down, right?
After you do a few, coming up is usually the harder part.
Okay, okay.
And on the way up, you want the arms going out in front, so elbows are pushed away from you out in front. Not unlike the commencement move, except of course the palms are upward instead of down. But rather than kind of pulling up here, which will pull my shoulders up, the elbows are pushed away in front of the body. So going out in front, shoulder height, shoulder width, and then on the way down over the knees. Okay, and then staying up as you let the arms drift down. So let's do a mini set, maybe, highlighting the fact that we're not instepping, and we can take the balance steps out if we like. Okay.
All right.
So just take a moment to checklist. Feet parallel, shoulder width. Knees unlocked. Tailbone pointing towards the ground. Belly released. Shoulders sitting. Chin drop down about an inch. Softly gazing forward. Breathing into the abdomen. Tip of the tongue touching the roof of the mouth, just behind the upper front teeth. And sending the arms forward. Commencement. Shifting left to turn right. Stand with the right leg, hold the ball. We can step right through on the left heel. A little bit over to the side, to the left side, so we're not instepped. Standing, hold the ball. Swinging the right leg right through forward. Hanging from the string the whole time. Breathing into the abdomen. Going into single whip, shifting back, all the way to the left leg, turning as far as comfortable on the right heel, shifting back. So this balance step we keep, and it's over a little bit to the left, so we're not in step. Turn on the right heel, arms swing up. So step forward on the left heel, over a little bit to avoid instepping. Shoulders down. Going into raise hands and step up. Shifting, turning left toes to the corner. Shifting the stand. Touch down lightly. Again, a little bit over, so we're not right directly in front of the left foot. Turn, hold the ball. So nose and toes, turn to the corner. Full step to the wall, shift the weight, press to the wall, touch down. So we keep that balance step 2 for stork spreads wings. Now our sequence of brush knees, starting with one lone brush knee, full step on the left heel, but over a bit to avoid instepping. Half step up, shift the weight back, touch down lightly on the heel, play the fiddle. Brush knee ready position. A sequence of 3 brush knees in a row, full step, not instepped. Rocking back, rotating left leg, left arm to the corner, standing up. And if we want, we can step right through with that left, with the right heel. Rocking back, rotating right side to the corner, slowly standing into the right leg, stepping right through with the left foot. Half step up, shifting back to pick up the front foot, touching down lightly on the left heel. And then one more brush knee, arms into brush knee position. Full step forward, over a bit to avoid instepping. Now chop with fists, rocking back. Left leg to the corner, arms to the side, arms come up or hold the bouquet, and we can step right to the right heel if we like. Half step on the right heel, shift the weight forward, right leg to the corner, fist goes through 12 o'clock, all the weight into the right leg, fist comes back to the hip. And we can step right through with the left leg if we want, right through onto the left heel, for parry and punch. Withdraw and push. Cross hands, so shifting back a little bit so it's easy to come up on the left heel. Turning on the left heel straight to the front wall, turning on the right heel. Want our weight to be right in the even in the center now. We'll see that your right foot is ahead of your left because we weren't instepped. Going into a squat, knees go forward over the feet, hands go out. Shifting over to the left leg, brings the right wrist under the left, bringing the right foot even, shoulder width and parallel, coming up with the weight in the middle. Rotating palms forward. And drifting down. Hang out and breathe into the belly. So that is the mini set. So let's go into the first move after first cross hands. Luckily, the first move was actually a sequence of moves, 3 weight shifts, is very similar to Grassbird's tail. Just like Grassbird's tail is also a sequence of 3 weight shifts. It's virtually the same as Grassbird's tail. In fact, the only difference is it has a brush knee shape, just like a brush knee, and then the rest of it is like Grassbird's tail. So let me demonstrate that so you can see that that actually is the case. So when we're not doing just the mini set, we're going beyond the mini set. Once we come to that first cross hands position, we then directly, smoothly segue into the next move. So that looks like this. Okay, so it's kind of a long move in terms of duration of time, but it's actually just like Grasper's tail. It's 3 weight shifts, and the first one is literally a brush knee position, so that's not new. And the rest of it is the same as Grasper's tail. That's not new.
And you're facing to the right?
Facing to the back right corner. So
okay.
If we're starting here, front wall, that's the front right corner, which is where we step into for left Grasper's tail, right?
Right.
This is stepping to the back right corner.
Okay.
So the footwork is going to be a little bit new, but now we know that whatever our footwork is, almost 100% of the time, we don't want to instep. So I need to step into the corner and over a bit, so I'm not stepping directly in front of that left foot. So let's actually work on that now. Just the footwork, just the stepping, not worrying about the arms at all. So just the footwork. So we're here, shoulder width and parallel, because that's the end position for the mini set. That's the very end of cross hands. So feet shoulder width, parallel, knees bent a little bit. We're going to shift the weight a little bit to the right leg so we can turn easier on the left heel. Shift the weight back to the left leg. Now we want to step towards the back right corner, so we have to pick up the right knee, swing the right foot over, step with the heel. Now often we need to step maybe over a bit more than what we would tend to do to be avoiding the instepping. Shift the weight forward, and as soon as we can, we want to correct the back foot to get the left foot.
So is your right leg slightly ahead of your left?
Yes, that's correct, because my right foot is stepping forward into the corner. So that's a good distinction. So your right foot will definitely be ahead once you're facing to the rear or to that back right corner.
And your left is at 45 to the front corner.
Well, your left will now, once we've corrected it to the 45, it'll be pointing to the side wall.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. So the left foot is pointing to the side wall, and the right foot's pointing to the corner. And now just take a look and see if your right foot is right in front of your back foot and thus instepped, or can you draw a line from the instep of your front foot straight back and not run into your back foot? Or conversely,
I think I'm good.
line from the back heel straight forward, and there's space where you don't run into the front foot. In other words, can you draw a line through your feet? Now, it takes a little while to get a sense of moving your foot over far enough to the right so you're not.
I think I'm right.
You're good?
I think so.
Good, excellent. So let's do that a couple more times. So facing the front wall again, knees parallel, shoulder width, knees bent. We shift the weight a little bit to the right leg so we can turn on the left heel. Then we shift all the way to the left leg. When we're ready, pick up the right leg, swing it over to the corner, and then a little bit more, tiny bit more to avoid it stepping. Shift the weight into the right leg, turning on the left heel until left foot is pointing straight to the sidewall. Then all we do from here is that's forward once, shift the weight back, forward twice, shift the weight back, forward 3 times. Of course, making sure that the right knee is right directly over the right foot every time we come forward. So let's do that again. Okay, so feet shoulder width or hip width, parallel, knees bent. Shifting right so we can turn on the left heel. Shifting back to the left leg, 100%, so we can actually pick up the right foot, bring it to point to the corner, stepping with the right heel to the right corner, shifting the weight forward, turning on the left heel to swing the left toes to point directly to the sidewall. So we have 45 degrees. Forward stance. Well, let's do that one more time. So shifting right to turn on the left heel, shifting back to stand so we can step into that back corner with the heel, shift the weight, correct the back foot. We shift the weight back, forward for the second time, shift the weight back, forward for the third time. Okay. Okay, so, and by the way, we do this move again after second cross hands. So that whole kind of large chunk is repeated again after second cross hands. Okay, so now let's forget about the legs and footwork for just a second. As we're turning to face that back corner, the arms go from here, cross hands, and simply open, 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 expand.
Okay, and the right one is on the outside.
Yes, that's right.
Okay.
And they open and expand, but they don't come back, because you see what that does for the shoulder muscle or the back muscles. It kind of crunches the shoulder blades together. There's a lot of tension. So they expand out, but not back.
Okay.
And out to the sides, but not really back. Once I step and shift the weight into the front leg, that's when I go into brush knee. But let's worry about that right when it's happening. So let's take it from cross hands. So yes, as you said, the right wrist will be in front. Hang out from the string, knees bent, shoulders down. It's a nice big open circle, so not crunched in. Everything is very open and generous. Now, as soon as we start moving, shifting the weight and turning on the left heel, as soon as we start moving, that compels the arms to separate and expand. So, knees bent, shifting a little bit to the right to turn on the left heel, arms are already starting to expand. Shifting back, arms continue to expand. When we're ready, we step with the right foot into the corner, shift the weight forward. Now the arms change into brush knee position. Correct the back foot by turning on the left heel.
Okay, so the right hand is down.
Yes, like a right brush knee.
Okay.
Exactly. So that's what we're doing a couple more times, just to get a sense of that first portion. Okay. So, hanging out, but not tight in. Nice and expansive. Shifting right to turn on the left heel, starts the arms to separate from each other. Shifting back, they continue to expand away from each other. Shoulders down. When you're ready, step with the right heel towards the right corner. Shifting the weight forward now is where the arms change to go into brush knee as you correct the back foot. So right hand is down, left hand is forward. Just exactly.
And the palm is facing you on the left?
So the left palm is facing forward. Yeah, facing
Okay.
towards the corner.
Okay.
Yep. Okay, so let's do that once again. Okay, knees bent. Shifting right to turn on the left heel. Shifting back, arms continue to expand. When you're ready, step with the right heel towards the corner. Shifting forward, right hand goes down, left hand goes forward, and we've corrected that left foot. Now, as we shift the weight back, left arm comes back with us, just like in grass bird's tail. Right hand faces forward. Shift the weight forward, the left hand touches the right wrist. Chase the pulse, just like in grass bird's tail. Also, just like in grass bird's tail, hands separate as we come back for the last time. and push as we go forward for the last time. So if we do just that last 2/3 again, so the first time we come back, left arm comes back with us, right palm faces forward. Second time forward, they touch. Coming back, arms apart, forward and push. And if we do that, review that once again. As we go back for the first time, left arm comes back with us. Right palm comes up to face forward, shifting forward, touch the wrist, hands apart as you come back. Shift the weight forward for the push. So we do that whole sequence together.
So it's a little bit different from the first one, because in the first one we don't touch and then we do touch and then we go back.
Right. So instead of the one at the very beginning where we don't touch,
Right.
what replaces that is the brush knee position.
Gotcha.
So
Okay.
instead of going here, not touching, we have brush knee instead. And then it's exactly the same as the last 2/3 of grasper's tail, where you touch.
Right.
Yeah. Okay, so hang out, breathe into the belly, knees bent, shifting right a little bit so we can turn on the left heel, arms expand apart, shifting all the way into the left leg so that when we're ready, we can step with the right heel into the corner. Shifting the weight forward, we go into brush knee position, so right hand down by the hip, correcting the left foot. Shifting back, the left arm comes back with us as the right hand goes up, facing forward. Shifting the weight forward for the second time, touching the wrist. Shifting back, arms apart, forward for the push. So that whole move is called carry tiger to mountain. So
Okay.
you kind of think of it as when you turn, the arms come apart, you're carrying a big tiger. A way of remembering it. Okay, so let's do that one more time. Okay, so hang out and breathe, knees bent. Shifting a little bit right to turn on the left heel. Shifting back so we can step with the right heel into the corner. Shifting the weight forward, correcting the back foot. Right hand down by the right hip for brush knee. Shifting back, left arm comes back with us. Shifting forward, left hand touches the right wrist. Shifting back, hands apart. Shifting forward, pushing. Now, since we're here, take a quick look to see if we're instepped or not. And if I am instepped, I just walk my right foot over a little bit to the right to correct that. Okay, so next move, and then we'll continue to work on what we just did by stringing those two together. But the next move is a variation on single whip. So I'll demonstrate that a couple times. So we just left off here. So that's a different shape.
Oh, okay. Where's your, both wrists are out?
Both
Yeah.
palms are outward, yes.
Okay.
It's like an open T shape. An open
Okay.
T. Or a director in a movie, framing. Shoulders down. That's going to be tricky because we'll want to raise that shoulder up, right? But
Yeah.
always shoulders are sitting. And we're looking through the hands, like a director. So that's going to take a little while to get used to. Let me demo that again, maybe from a slightly different angle. Here, coming around. Okay, now let's tackle the footwork first, okay? So we come around to go into a balance step. Another place, just like regular single whip, we always use a balance step. So we're facing into the corner, right foot into the corner. We shift the weight all the way back to the left leg and turn as far as we can comfortably on the right heel. Then shift the weight back all the way to the right leg and bring the left foot over on the ball of foot, balance step. Basically, we want the left toes pointing to the left front corner. And again, we're on the ball of the foot, the heel is up. It's a balance step. Now, most people aren't able to turn their right foot all the way around until the right toes are facing the front wall. Hardly anybody can do that. So we need to correct the right foot by turning on the right heel. Now, if you need to give a little bit of a weight transfer to your left leg to help you turn on the right heel, that's okay, because you do want to turn without tweaking your knee or any joint in that right leg, because we're turning on that right heel. So then we have the right foot pointing straight to the front wall, the left foot pointing to the corner, albeit on the ball of the foot. But that gets our 45 degrees. If I was to put my left foot flat, a little easier to see that we have the 45 degrees between our feet, even though I'm standing into the right leg and not really having hardly any weight at all on the left leg. Okay, so let's go back to that position into the corner. Right foot to the corner, left foot facing the sidewall. So we shift the weight back, in fact, 100% back, and turn as far as comfortable on the right heel. Slowly shift the weight back to the right leg. And when we're ready, swing the left foot over onto the ball of the foot. Toes technically are pointing towards the left corner. And then turn on the right heel so that your right foot is facing the front wall. Okay, let's do that once again, unless we want to go over it more. So into the right corner with the right leg, left foot pointing to the sidewall. Shift the weight back, turning as far as comfortable on the right heel, shifting all the way back to the right leg, touch down with the ball of the left foot for balance, turn on the right heel to get the foot straight to the front wall. At that point, our arms will be in that open T shape with the right hand high. Okay, shoulders down. So let's take it from the end of Carry Tiger to Mountain to do the arm work for this new movement. Now, again, good news is for most of that action, arms just come around with the body, just like in regular single whip. So we're out here at the end of the push. As we shift the weight back and turn on the right heel as far as comfortable, the arms just stay in front of the body. They don't go anywhere. Just come along for the ride. As we shift the weight back, just like in regular single whip, the hands drop down towards the lap. Touch down, correct your right foot to the front wall, and then the arms swoop up. Instead of this position, we have an open T position. Okay, so there's a lot of similarities from that regular normal brush or regular normal single whip. Okay, so into the corner with that push, shifting back, all the weight back to the left leg so we can turn as far as we can comfortably on the right heel. Arms just come around with us. As we shift the weight back into the right leg, just like the first single whip we learned, hands slide down a little bit. Touch down, correct the right foot, and just like the regular single whip, once we've done that, arms swoop up to the right. But this time, it's an open T shape. Okay, let's do that again. Okay. Right foot to the corner, push to the corner, shifting back, turning on the right heel, shifting back into the right leg, hands slide down, touch down for balance and ball of the left foot, turn on the right heel to get the right foot to the corner, arms swoop up to face the front wall, both palms to the front wall. Make sure your right knee is bent because we are standing on it and we turned on it. Let's do that one more time and then we'll bring those last two moves together. Okay, so into the corner, facing the corner with the push, shifting back, turning on the heel, shifting back, and slide down. Touch down with the ball of the left foot, correct the right foot by turning on the heel. arms going to that open T shape. Okay, let's take it from cross hands. We'll go through carry tiger to mountain, that whole sequence, into the single whip. Okay, so feet parallel, shoulder width, knees bent, wrists crossed, breathing into the abdomen. As we shift the weight a little bit to the right to turn on the left heel, arms slowly expand apart. Shifting back into the left leg, arms continue to expand apart. Stepping with the right heel into the right corner, over a little bit more just so we're not instepped. Shifting forward into the right leg, right hand drops the hip. Correcting on the left heel, left hand is facing forward, just like a brush knee. Shifting back, left arm comes back with us as the right hand comes up and faces forward. Shifting forward, we go back and just like grasp bird's tail, touch the wrist. Hands part as you come back and forward for the push, just like the last part of grasp bird's tail. And just like going into a regular single whip, the hands just come around for the ride as we shift the weight back and turn as far as comfortable on the right heel. Shifting back, hands slide down towards the lap. Touch down with the ball of the left foot, correct on the right heel, getting the right toes to the front wall. Arms slide up, both palms facing forward to the front wall. So that's a lot of movement. Those are two moves, but there's a lot of movement within those two moves. That's a big chunk. So let's do that again. Okay, knees bent a little bit. Shifting a little bit to the right, just so we can turn on the left heel, shifting back to the left leg, so we can step with the right heel into the corner, shifting forward into the brush knee position, left foot's corrected, shifting back, left arm comes back with us, shifting forward, chase the pulse, shifting back, arms apart, shifting forward, forward push, going into single whip, shifting back, turning on the right heel as far as comfortable, shifting all the way back to the right leg, balance step over, pointing to the left corner, turning on the right heel, get it pointing to the front wall, right knee is bent. Let's do that again. Okay, here we go. You probably lose sight of me once we step into the corner, right, and shift the weight to the corner. So normally I'd be jumping to the other side of the room. You can see in front of you. So you might have to look over your shoulder to see what I'm doing. Okay, so we're pushing, and then we go into the single whip. So we're shifting back, turning on the right heel as far as comfortable, shifting the weight back to the right leg, and slide down, balance step, over pointing to the corner, correcting on the right heel, arms slide up, palms facing the front wall. Okay, Jackie, is there any part in there you want me to demonstrate and show from a different angle so you can see it? Okay with that?
Just the hands when you come into the single whip.
Right. So, okay, let's try this angle here. So, step into the corner. Okay, now, so I shift the weight back, turn on the right heel as far as comfortable. Shift the weight back, hands drop down. I touch down, correct the right foot, hands just slide up in front.
Okay, it was actually the hands on the first move, not the second one.
Here?
Yeah, so carry the tiger, so you're open, yeah. Okay, so it goes down, okay.
Okay.
So on the first one, the palm is out, and then on the second one, the palm is in.
Okay, so as I come around,
Yep,
knee position,
yep. Okay,
left hand comes back with me, right hand
right.
comes up, the face out,
Okay,
rotates in.
okay, okay,
Okay. Okay.
okay. Got it.
Let's do that again. So let's do those two moves. Okay. So knees bent, shifting right, opening, arms, shifting to the left leg. So we can step with the right heel into the corner, shifting forward. So the left palm is facing forward, right palm is facing the floor. Left
Okay.
arm back with us, right hand slides up, facing outward. Shifting forward for the second time, touching the wrist. Arms apart, coming back. Shift the weight forward. Push. Shifting back, turning on the right heel, all the way to the left leg, all the way to the right leg. As the hands slide down. Balance step, pointing towards the corner, turning on the right heel to get the right foot to the front wall. Make sure the right knee is bent because there's a lot of movement on that leg as we stand on it. Okay, let's do it from the very, very beginning.
All right.
Yeah, so the entire mini set and the next two moves after cross hand.
So Brad, how many mini sets are there in the whole sequence?
Well, that's a good question because just that first 17 moves up the first cross hands
Right.
is the only segment we consider as a mini set.
Okay.
Now, there are 3 sections in the set, roughly in about thirds. So up to the next cross hands, we call second cross hands. That's kind of the middle section, but we don't consider that a separate set in itself, nor the last third from the second cross hands to the final cross hands, third cross hands, which is the very end of the set. It's approximately another third, but we don't usually do that as a separate set.
Okay.
But the first 17 moves, we often do that as a little mini set in itself.
Okay.
Okay, so from top, feet shoulder width parallel. Hang out and breathe. And here we go, commencement. Shifting left to turn right. Correcting the back foot. Standing to hold the ball, and we could step right through with the left heel if you wanted to. Not instepped, of course. Standing into the right leg, holding the ball, stepping through with the right heel for grass bird's tail. Whole time, hanging from the string, shoulders relaxed down, belly released. Going into single whip, shifting back, turning, shifting back to the right leg, hands slide down, touch down the balance step, turn on the right heel, get the toes to the corner, arms swoop up to the right. Step with the left heel forward and over a bit to avoid instepping. But again, we want to make sure that forward foot is straight forward. Shifting back, turning left toes to the corner, shifting to stand into the left leg, touching down lightly on the right heel, raise hands to step up. Make sure the left knee is bent as we're turning on it. Turn and hold the ball. Hold the ball as we step right towards the front wall with the toes to the corner. Push to the wall. Touch down, balance step for stork spreads wings. Want to make sure the right knee is bent. We're standing on it. Arms go into brush knee ready position. Full step, but over to the left a bit so we're not in steps. Half step up. Play the fiddle. 3 brush knees in a row. So brush knee ready position. Full step. Okay, transition. So we rock back. Left leg and arm rotate to the corner. Stand up. Left arm goes behind. We can step right through on the right heel if we want. Rock back, open right leg, right arm to the corner, stand up, right arm goes back. You step right through with the left heel. Half step up or play the fiddle. One more brush knee, so arms into ready position. Full step on the left heel. Brush knee. Stop with fist, so we rock back. So we can turn the left foot to the corner, arms swoop to the left, and come up to hold the bouquet as we stand in the left leg. Right heel down half a step. Shift the weight forward, right leg to the corner. Fist goes forward and back as we shift all the weight into the right leg. We can step right through with the left heel if we want, or parry and punch. Withdraw and push. Cross hands, let's shifting back. Left toes come up, fingers go up. Shoulders stay down. Turning on the left heel till the left toes are straight to the front wall. Turning on the right heel till the right foot is straight. Weight is in the middle. As we do a squat, knees go directly over the feet. The arms go wide. Shifting the weight over to the left leg, bringing the right wrist under the left. And when we're ready, bring in the right foot even, shoulder width and parallel. Coming up, weight in the middle. Now the arms stay here. Shift the weight to the right so we can turn on the left heel as the arms expand apart. Shifting back to the left leg, arms continue to expand apart. When we're ready, we step with the right heel into the corner. Shifting forward, correct on the left heel. Right hand low by the hip. Left hand forward for brush knee. Shifting back, left arm comes back with us. Right hand slides up, facing forward. Shifting forward, touching the right wrist. Arms part as we shift back. Shifting forward for the push. Shifting back, turning on the right heel as far as comfortable. Arms come around for the ride. Shifting back to the right leg, hands slide down towards the lap. Balance step on the left foot, left toes pointing towards the corner. Turn on the right heel, get the right foot to the front wall. Hands slide up. Open T shape.
All right.
Hey. Okay. So
Can I inject my 2 questions here?
Yes, let's do that.
Okay. So when you said on Sunday that if you got really good at it, you could actually just move the chi without the physical movement and you would be doing the same thing. You'd have the same result energy-wise. Is it the same, Brad, in terms of the muscles and the tendons and the whatever else?
Yes, you actually be warming up the body physically.
So if you weren't moving, but you had the chi moving, and you're not using the muscles or the tendons, the effect is the same?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Eventually.
Yes.
How much you develop the mind-body connection, and that's how much you start to be able to influence the chi movement and chi flow, so that you can actually be warm and flushed physically, literally in terms of blood flow and tissue saturation in terms of blood flow, just through mental intention.
Okay. Okay. Without even moving a bit.
Without even moving at all.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Second question was, so that was awesome for the hips. Is there something similar for the shoulders and the neck?
Yeah, that's a good question, because those are definitely universally problem areas for sure. I don't have a specific, at least not yet, course or workshop specifically for shoulders or neck. However, there are a number of different workshops that work them greatly.
Okay.
For example, silk reeling, Tai Chi silk reeling, which is a workshop I do and also have a DVD on that. That works the hips a great deal, legs and lower back, and it works the shoulders greatly. Not specifically directly the neck. There's actually some moves that do work the neck, but it's not a whole workshop on the neck.
Okay.
Tai Chi, silk reeling, there's some specific exercises that are just specifically for the shoulders. Something that's called serving tea, which is an incredibly nice exercise for opening up the shoulders. So there's things like that are specifically for the shoulders and the spine as well, but some of them directly are for the shoulders.
Okay.
And as we go further into Tai Chi, as you get to the intermediate side, we do a lot more body relaxation exercises and body opening exercises, most of which are about the shoulders. So in regular Tai Chi class, we do specific exercises to open up and release the shoulders, and we do them almost every class.
Okay.
We're just not doing them in the beginner class.
Fair enough.
Yeah, that's important areas for sure. Okay, so
is there a class Saturday? I saw your email.
yeah.
Okay.
So that'll be the last live Zoom class
For 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Okay.
For a couple weeks. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we'll see you Saturday.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Welcome, Jackie. Have a good
Okay.
night.
You bet.
Bye.